Welcome designers to the VBL Season 16. This time we're going national decks, and the only thing one can do on the international decks is to appreciate all of the titans of fashion. We're going to have a sophisticated look as we're going big and bougie all around the world. In this season, we're taking only the most stylish and fashionable of Pokemon, as they'll be showing off the outfits and accessories being demonstrated by our haute couture designers. Now, we'll start you all off with a very familiar brand. We're going to Firenze, the city of 1,000 styles, where here we have Zygarde rocking the Gucci bucket hat. Now, this is a piece which truly shows the depth of intricacy in design, with a beautiful seam, as can only be demonstrated by its signature move, Core Enforcer, which enables it to wow the judges so wildly that the opposing Pokemon, if they've moved first and made such a blunder, that they will no longer be able to make it work, people. They will have no ability to speak of at all. On top of that, it has access to the incredible 1,000 Arrows, which removes, demonstrates that the Pokemon that my opponents are using, which are far less stylish and are far less haute couture, are not even going to be able to pretend that they're flying anymore, and will enable them to be hit by all sorts of grounded maladies. And of course, this is coming from the lovely country of Italy and the established brand of Gucci. This idea worked a lot better in my head than when I'm recording it in practice. And now, on to our next piece. We go to the royal city of London, where Burberry has brought us an incredible piece of an incredible tool to be able to spice up our life. We have an eau de parfum, a la Dragapult. Dragapult is well known for being one of the most fashionable Pokemon in the entire region of Galar. It is also one of the most matronly and slay Pokemon in the decks there. And as you can see, it seems as if it itself is dripping out of the perfume, with the way that its access to Infiltrator allows it to ignore any defensive options that their opponent might set up. They may attempt to pull together some screens of that light screen and reflect, but our Pokemon is far too high fashion and is far too commanding to be able to be fooled by such a trick. And as such, that Dragapult will be able to maintain dropping beautiful dragon darts as if they are the most refined sense of perfume, made with ambergris itself. And of course, the royal city is one of our outstanding. So much harder than I thought it was going to be. It's perfume, dragon dots, ghost. It's almost like it's never been there at all. And of course, with a beautiful, clear body like that, reinforced by the most luxurious of perfumes, the Pokemon cannot be affected. It cannot have its stats dropped by the lowly peasants with the non-bougie perfumes coming in from the other teams. Some suggested they may only be using deodorant even. And now, on our next stop on the trip, we go to Sao Paulo, the land of drip. Brought up with, we have the Hisuian Gudra, well known for its drippy exterior, paired with the incredible top there from Patbo. Patbo, I cannot say that in the Tim Gunn voice. And people, we're going to make it work. As we know, one of the main problems that some dragon types might face is opposition from opposing dragon types, as well as fairies and ice. And through that excellent use of design space and an incredible selection of materials, the Gudra from Hisui have really sturdied themselves with all of the most elite fashion knowledge from Brazil to be able to resist and not take particular damage from all of these supposed counters to dragon types. Of course, we here, with our developed tastes, know that the Sheik dragon type has no true counters. At least that's what I think it says at the bottom of my Pokemon TCG card. our next trip from the land of drip brings us into Baiting, the center of heaven itself. And here we have the luxury Songmont bag, shown by our beautiful shiny Naganadel. Of course, when you think about China, you think about progress and the future. When you think Chinese fashion, you know that only the most cutting edge and refined designs, the ones that you would not see from the rest of the world, and thus the most ultra, they truly know how to make it work. Naganadel, of course, is one of the greatest checks to the fairies who think that they're able to stand up to the brilliant designs and the brilliant designs and accessories of our incredible dragon types here in the Big and Bougie, just through their supposed ephemeral natural beauty, whereas we are of a sophisticated sort that know that there really is no true check to the people's, to the most refined of the people's army in the dragon type, and Naganadel shows its best, as it has a poison fit only for those with the money to spend it on. Now on our next trip, we go to lovely America and New York, the city of the 5 boosts. And here we have the Dondozo, the false dragon titan, rocking the beautiful Supreme North Face collab with the Supreme T. Now, if there's one thing that we think of when we think of fashion for America, it's excess. It's bold statements. It's the ability to eat a very large amount of food and then even serve that to others. You know, the one thing that Dondozo knows on this old dragon team is how to make it work through incredible collaborations, as we see with this beautiful North Face piece. By any means necessary, the dragon team will be able to win. This is definitely a dragon type. And, of course, no Supreme could be caught on its own without the incredible work from Sydney, the Brisbane of the South, and the spicy set of art and glasses here, looking on our Tatsugiri, who, of course, can pair excellently with our Supreme to make for a beautiful, commanding presence with refined sophistication. The sort of power that you would never have gotten in years past, Many people have looked at things like Gravity Darkrai and said, oh, that's so 2012, whereas no one can say that about Tatsugiri and Dondozo, which is a really underplayed combination that truly only the most masterful of designers would be able to... I think I've lost the Tim Gunn voice entirely at this point. But yes, the Brisbane of the South, with its incredible access to Storm Drain as well, I'm sure that on this all-dragon type team, someone will probably still run a water type at some point. Maybe not. And what more do we need? Now we move on to our next location, Paris the Champ Triomphe. Definitely lost the Tim Gunn voice for that one. Ballmates is an incredibly established brand, known for some of the most form-fitting and compelling design pieces here, including this incredible coat, which is demonstrated by the champion of the former season, who has come back as one of the judges this season to grace the teams with their incredible access to Trick Room, as well as to strike an imposing figure on the runway. So odd. We all know that France is the home of cutting edge in Europe. What if we were to look beyond to Sceaux, the city of daddy? And no, I'm not joking. It more or less translates to the city of fatherhood, or of liking your dad. And here we see this incredible Harriet piece being shown by Cyclozar here. As you know, it has the ability to flex that refined and authentic South Korean style and get out of there, leaving behind a substitute for its teammate coming in, which I did check and has a very funny way that it works with Tatsugiri. Having giving us another incredible option for our speed tiers, while also giving us a much needed check to ghost types. As we know, ghosts are several slides ago. I couldn't count how many there are. Only 30 minutes left. I'm really running out of Tim Gunnisms, I'm sorry. The beautiful Republic of Korea. And now, as we continue through our think this is the 10th slide. So, and now as we continue through the beautiful fashions of Asia. Oh, no, that was the 9th. And now as we go back to Balenciaga, the Basque truly are on the cutting edge of Spanish design, as we can see by these incredibly cutting sneakers, which totally would be in place on Project Runway. We're gonna make it work, people. We're really gonna make it work. Donostia, the beauty of air. Also, of course, the part of the tragic history of all designers is during the Spanish Civil War, the whites forced his name wasn't Miguel Balenciaga, I don't think. His name might have been Miguel Balenciaga. Out to Paris. So unfortunately, it has been taken in by the French. But if you spend any time in the beautiful city of San Sebastian or Donostia, you can still see the incredible effect that Balenciaga has and the origins it came from in the true beauty of air. It's so hard. It really will bring you to Cloud 9. Now, people, designers, as we move on to our 10th slide, we move back to the beauty of Asia, as we see move towards Kyoto, the Brisbane of the North. With a beautiful so-so scarf being shown off by Dragonair, who was on this team because I wanted another access to extreme speed, and nothing is extreme, nothing says extreme like the beauty of this incredible scarf, which totally wasn't the only accessory that sort of makes sense on a Pokemon that was Serpentine in design. And yeah, this might actually be my worst video ever. I thought this was such a cool idea, but wow. I think I would have actually had to like binge Project Runway to be able to do this instead of just watching Best of Tim Gunn clips. He's got such a interesting like nasal to his voice. But yeah, there you go. Look at that beautiful scarf and that incredible cropping. And then finally onto the Omega Diamond City in Kimberley. We have De Beers. A diamond or a megastone is forever, from the lovely country of South Africa. Now there are multiple sort of concerns about De Beers and how moral it is within the context of like the creepy white South African company. I think they moved the capital. I think they moved the base to London at some point. I think they moved to Joburg before that, though. Diamonds truly are forever. Absolutely pimped out there on the Mega Ramp for us. This might be the worst video I've ever made, but it's still going up. So there's my beautiful Mono Dragon team. One of the great things about Ampharos is it's not a dragon before it Mega Evolves, and everyone knows all my other Pokemon are Dragon ones all the time. Thank you all for watching. Goodbye.